the FTA with GCC. Now, we started talking about travel on this edition of India Tonight. Travel is probably the most aspirational spend that millennials look at making. But another equally aspirational spend is what we do for cars. And that's the focus tonight on this edition, on today's show. We're breaking down the automobile sector going into 2023, and we're telling you about the trends that you should expect in the new year, some of the top deals that you could drive away with, and the best cars that are expected to hit the market to make those purchase plans that much easier. To discuss this, let's connect with Hormazd Sorabjee, editor of Autocar India. Always great to have him on the show, along with Gaurav Vangaal, who is the associate director at S&P Global Mobility, and Manish Raj Singhania, president at FADA, is also joining us. Great to have you, gentlemen. Hormazd, a slew of options available to the car buyer today. So at the end of the year, we thought we'd ask experts like you to help them figure out how best they should make their choice of cars. So to start off, two real questions, Hormazd. One about the choice between SUVs and sedans and whether to go for electric or not. On what considerations do you think should one make that choice?
Well, let me take the electric one first. I think clearly electric cars, if you have access to a plug and you don't have to stray too far from a plug, they're a no-brainer. They're absolutely fantastic to drive in the city. I've been running an Exxon EV Max for some time now. And if you have, as I said, access to a plug, easy access to a plug as a city car, they're probably the best you can buy. It's not just an EV. They make for fantastic city cars because they're easy to drive. They don't have any tailpipe emissions, which again is very, very important. When you're with an ICE, you're idling in traffic and, spewing out CO2 pollutants, that sort of thing. That's not happening in an EV. And just the response you have, they're so responsive. They're so easy to drive, effortless to drive, and very quiet. So I think EVs really make a strong case as a city car. But on the highway, still infrastructure not quite there. I've come to Mahabaleshwar right now, and I had to stop I was in the EQB, but had to stop for about 30 minutes to have a top up in Pune. And right now also I have to find a place to charge it. So clearly infrastructure coming, but not quite there yet when you're going on the highway. Coming back to the choice issue, I have a different take on this. I think if at all choice is getting less if you're looking for anything other than an SUV, because what's happening is that all manufacturers are going the SUV route and getting them at all price points, different sizes, and what we are seeing is other segments are disappearing. Classic case is the sedan segment, the executive sedan segment. That's really really not much choice over there. Even in the lower end budget cars, now you've just got Maruti giving them, everyone else has really vacated that segment. So whilst the growth is there, it's fundamentally for SUVs. So if you want SUVs, you have a lot of choice, but if you want another body style, you don't have that much choice.
Manish Raj Singhania is also joining us to give us that dealer perspective. Sir, what are the most interesting buying trends that you've spotted after the COVID-induced brakes on sales? Those brakes have been released. Now do you tell us about what buyers are looking for, whether they're looking at buying, whether they're looking at leasing, and whether they are opting for the newer cars or the used cars?
So definitely this financial year has been terrific for the passenger vehicle industry. And we'll be kind of creating a record sale, decade highest sale in this financial year in PV segment. And buyers have really gone out after the COVID to buy vehicles. And special focus has been all the choice of the temptation of the buyer has become the SUVs. It has become like a drawing room extension, and they are seeking a lot of space, personal comfort, safety, and that has really given this segment a boost. In fact, if you recollect, in 2018-19, we were talking about Gen Z, Gen X not owning cars, but this has definitely changed with after COVID. A lot of new gen is also opting for cars, and SUV is their choice. So rather than leasing, you can see the huge boom in sales in PV. It clearly reflects the ownership concept is much more prevalent. India is per thousand. We talk about penetration. India is at a very low per thousand penetration. That's almost 28 vehicles per thousand. So there we see a huge potential down the line to own a vehicle. And Apart from this, used cars have shown people in the used car markets, you don't see much of vehicles coming for exchange because there is normally a shortage of vehicles across segments.
Yes.
And people are not willing to give away their used car because normally the exchange bonuses that were being given opted to the customers, that was also kind of winded off. Just now in a couple of months, we have started seeing exchange bonuses coming in. So that has been detrimental to the customer for exchanging their used cars and getting a new one.
Yes.
And finding a new car itself is a tough choice. Getting it at the right time and right delivery time, that's
Yes.
also an issue there. So totally, if you see the total picture is going for owning a brand new car.
Right. And of course, we'll see perhaps what exactly they are going for in terms of performance or features. Gaurav Vangaal, in terms of mobility trends and the kind of choices that buyers are making, what exactly are they looking for in a car, according to you?
I think one of the major thing buyers are looking at, the youth is looking at the connected cars today. Okay, and they need features which can directly put them into to the internet, and they can directly make it trending, right? So one thing is this. The second thing is that due to the congestion, high congestion in the cities, we are experiencing a trend moving towards the automatic also. Now every car maker is offering plethora of automatic technologies right now, be it CVT, be it DCT, be it AMT. I think AMT guys are now looking to upgrade to themselves to the DCT or the CVT because of the more sophisticated technology and more convenience and comfortable shifting the gears within the technology, right? So I think these are the two things which is majorly running in the mind of the consumer. One is the connected cars, multiple features like 360-degree cameras is also there, navigation systems. I think every youth wanted to get connected with the new latest features and ADAS, which I think you must have seen that how XUV 700 has done with the market, and we are looking at that how youth is trending this feature
True.
at the Instagram post and all. That is connecting youth with the XUV segment also,
Yes.
and that is connecting youth to the SUV side and to the ADAS side of the more sophisticated technologies.
Right. No, fair enough. And Hormazd, when we talk about certain cars, sometimes we prefer the older models to the new ones entering the market because sometimes they just come with a facelift, etc. Where have you seen that most prominently, and which are the launches that you're most excited by for the ones that are going to enter the market in 2023?
Well, I think, clearly we've seen some very exciting launches already in 22. I think the one to me which is really taken or going to take the market by storm in 23 when it's, officially launched will be, the Toyota Hi-Cross when it goes on sale in January. And I think, it's the new Innova come with the hybrid technology. I think what's interesting is how hybrid technology is really proving to be the new diesel. As we know, diesel is kind of losing sheen. It's losing demand for whatever reason. And now what we will see is in 23, when you have a tougher emission norms, is going to make diesels even more expensive. So I think this is an opportunity for a lot of hybrid cars to enter the market. Right now, only Toyota, the Japanese, the Toyota, Suzuki, and Honda are focusing on this. Everyone's really gone electric. But I think, this has a lot of legs. I think, there is, there's not really one particular model which I think I'm excited about in 2023, but I'm just looking at the general trends, and that's really towards going more towards electrification. I think going more towards beyond just petrol and diesel anymore. As I said, I think hybrids is something which is really quite exciting, and we will see that filtering down to lower segments as well once the gap closes. But again, I think SUVs are really the flavor of the month, or they've been the flavor of the last decade or so. That's going to continue to increase. And I think, but at the end of the day, what I feel is that while the car market has grown, the choice is not what it used to be, because a lot of manufacturers have kind of discontinued a lot of the model lines because they don't want to meet they can't meet the tougher emission norms. In fact, we've counted that by April 23, 18 models are going to be gone from the market. And good models like Skoda Octavia's, the Superb is going. Honda is going to knock off all their diesels. There wasn't too much demand for that. So really, I think choice is thinning, but there are more takers for whatever is available, and that's why the market is booming.
Yes, it's such a good discussion to have at the end of the year when people are kind of thinking about whether they should wait, hold back before certain launches do happen, and whether or not they should go the buying route, the leasing route, SUV, sedan, all of that is on the table, and whether more and more electrification has happened, and whether we should use hybrids as that wait period until you have the entire infrastructure rolled out for complete electrification. It's great to have you with us, Hormazd Sorabjee, Gaurav Vangaal, and Manish Raj Singhania, with your perspective on what to do with our car purchases. And with that, it's going to be a quick wrap on this edition of India Tonight. Tomorrow, of course,